Today we will see about the talent development, that is the how the talent is to be developed into the organization, because on one side it is the acquisition of the talent is important, but the other side is that is after acquisition it is the responsibility of the organization to develop the talent. If we are not able to develop the talent, there will be two situations. One situation will be either they will leave and they will join another organization because they are not getting any opportunity for the development, and there will be the monotonous work and routine work, and there is no innovation opportunity, there is no any creativity in their jobs, so they will leave. Other side is if they do, even they do not leave, and when we have acquired, we have identified them as a talented employees, right, and then we suppose for next 5 years we do not have any development, and then what will happen? That is the knowledge of the before the 5 years of that particular talented employees, that will convert, now it is in the absolute knowledge, because in the 5 years there will be the change into the social, political, economical, legal, technological, in all aspects, but there is no development. So, dear friends, not only into the question, it is a question of the talent development only. My submission is this, that is the every time it is the very competitive world, and I am not talking about only of this the before the retirement, in the professions only, but in the personal life also. It becomes very important, that is we keep on watching and keeping our certain hours development, professional development, right. I remember that is the many my friends, they are keeping the PDF, professional development fund of their own. 10% of their salary they are spending on their development itself. So, development has become very important, and especially for talented employees. Of course, there will be certain employees, those who will not be interested even the acceptance of the training. They will not accept the training even, and they will say that is whatever we are we have learned, that is enough, and now we they stop learning. So, that can be also the situation, but as an responsibility as organizations executives, it is your responsibility to develop the talent. So, in this talent development we will see, but question will arise how to develop, and therefore, those processes and outcomes that we will see, what is the process is there for the talent development. Similarly, there will be the leadership model by the Whirlpool. I have discussed with you the Bank of America's model before these sessions in earlier sessions, and therefore, we will also see that is how the Whirlpool is making the development of this leadership model. And then importance of the cultural understandings, that is the how the cultural understanding is developed and how to work into the cross culture. Because when we are talking about these global level talent leadership competencies, when we are talking about the cultural understandings, so then it becomes important. Then the non-verbal communication differences are there. So, how we have to work into the cross culture also, develop the talent into the cross culture. So, as I mentioned, that is the first and foremost thing is that is about the talent acquisition that we have seen, that is the how this talent acquisition is becoming important is there. So, you are filtering, right, applications that we have seen, that is how the different companies, Indian companies and multinational companies, examples, case studies we have discussed, and they are practicing for the talent acquisition is there. And then in that case it becomes important, that is the learning and development, L&D. This department is becoming very important. So, in the key talent processes is after the acquisition, there should be the learning and development. L&D is to be there, and this learning and development will depend, it will be customized. Customization is very important. Every talented employee is having certain strengths. There is a group, like we do in MBA course also, this group presentations we do, and the four students they combine and then they give the presentation, and from their presentations itself we are supposed to understand whether they all are having the equal level of talent, or somebody is the A1 A plus, or the A or B plus or B, right. And normally this will be the differences, not maximum, that is the A plus and D, and it is not normally not there. So, then you identify that somebody is very good into the analytics, like the SWOT, we teach them the SWOT analysis, and then we find that yes, this particular employee is very good in the analytics is there. Somebody is very good coordinator, somebody is very good into the presentation, communication, right. So, these learning and development. Now, sometimes you find that is the person has done a lot of work, but out of this work then there will be the difference of the presentation or communication sometimes. So, we have to design accordingly the talent management process, key talent process. In the key talent processes, the person is having the potential. When you are acquiring the particular talent, acquisition, during the acquisition of the talent, it is the learning and development which nurture the talent. But what is to be inculcated, what is to be the personality, identifying the strengths and weaknesses. So, his boss, that is the performance appraisal form or the potential appraisal also there, or the KRAs are there, key result areas are identified, and then where somebody is scoring high, somebody is scoring less, everybody cannot score the equally. Right. Like for example, in the teaching also, in profession there are the 5 pillars. So, teaching, then the training, research, projects and consultancy, and administration. So, because they are talented, so therefore, a normal range in every 5 functions there will be normal range of the talent, Suppose you say it is above 70, so everybody will be above 70, but when you want to take it to the next level of 95 plus, and then the learning and development, that will be becoming very, very important. If you go by the learning and development processes, then the talent, because he is smart, so he will acquire. So, but again you have seen that is the in other courses of mine, like the training of trainers and all, it depends on the trainer, trainee and situation or environment, but we take it positive and we see that is they develop. As soon as they develop, there will be the improvement into the performance. Dear friends, this is what is expected from you. Those who are learning this particular course in the identifying the talent acquisition, right, but only identifying the talent acquisition and the boarding of the talent, that is not enough. It should be the continuous process. Now you will say how long it is to be there. Like see, the word is the continuous learning, right. But in Indian context, even if you talk about the age demographic variables, especially the age and gender. So, with the social divide gender with the social structure and social responsibilities. So, gender like the female is there. So, whole house nowadays they are called the homemaker. So, the lady of the house is the main character which is carrying the overall family's responsibility with the support of the husband and children and in-laws and parents and all society, complete society. But she is the main responsible person. However, we have the number of examples Indian ladies, those who have become the very highly successful CEOs and chairmen, especially in the banking industries also, or into the soft drink industries and all we see. But that performance management, increasing the performance, that learning and development is a continuous process up to the person is active, and but with the age and gender and all. So, we have to give certain the consideration for that, but yes, next level. So, even if at the age of the 65, then the person is working because it can be up 70 is now 60 to 70 years is also the enough number of the manpower is working in this age also. So, to increase their performance, those who are within the 60 to 70, and then learning and development I am talking about. For those employees, talented employees, those who are between the age of the 60 to 70, those who are the female, and then in that case this but they are talented, all are talented, they are the rich assets for the organization of their knowledge base is very rich asset. So, therefore, in that case the performance management. So, performance will be there. Now, after the performance management I will talk about, that is the with these developments what you are doing? You are doing the leadership development, you are developing the leaders. So, therefore, that leadership development is becoming important. When leadership is there and we have talked about the global talent leadership, how to develop that leadership in detail we have talked about, and then the capability management. So, you see the vision, mission of the organization, right, seeing that is how long this organization will continue with the same business, new product developments, new businesses, diversification, growth, right. So, all will be important in the capability management is there. Sometimes in the organization life cycle, right, like the embryonic stage, growth, maturity and declining. So, it is like this. So, this capability management of course, now the service industries and the young industries they are doing this the capability management into the growth stage only, because they have the vision, they know that this product will continue for a particular lifetime and then particular life cycle is there, after that new product has to be developed. So, therefore, what they do? They increase. So, therefore, they increase this graph and they do like this. So, therefore, at the growth stage, right, they are not going towards the maturity, they are going to the upper level. Again, now here is the maturity and the growth has increased and then there is a decline, but again there will be another graph. So, like this you see, that is the you will find organization for so many years they are growing like this, right. How? By developing the capabilities. You develop the capability of your manpower, you are going for talent acquisition and all, but those who are already existing manpower is there, right, their capabilities I am talking about, more focus, I am focusing more on that, because these are the newly acquired talent, that is learning and development will be there. This capability management, their rich experience and all, that will take you the new spiral, and therefore, in that case if organization follows this particular path of growth, I am sure that is the organization will never die. Organizations, the life cycle will keep on increasing, right. So, it is just like becoming the young and young and young. So, organization is internally young, right, externally may be quite old, right, but the internal with the young heart. So, organization will be with the young heart is there, and this will be carrying the total rewards. So, when we check that any organization is 100 years old, you know, when nowadays when you talk about for the few years of the organization, because some of them are reaching on this particular life cycle and then they say okay fine, here they reach here, they mature and they decline, right. So, therefore, in that case it is very important, that is there is no maturity is keep on increasing, and your employees they are becoming more and more developing their skills, knowledge, attitude, habits, and they are getting total rewards. So, these talent development processes and outcomes are, that is the focus on efficiency and effectiveness of these processes. Who will run this? You are the people, you have to run this, right from the acquisition to total rewards, right from the learning and development to capability management, right from the individual performance to leadership development, right. So, it is a wonderful model, I think so, that is the where we practically understand, yes, we have to keep on growing and growing. So, therefore, the people may retire, but that culture of the organization, that will continue. So, that will make this particular organization more successful. Now, who is any organization is doing this? We will take the example of the Whirlpool, that is the how the leadership model of the Whirlpool has been developed. That is leadership competency development phase. There are 3 phases have been given: design and approach phase, top talent indicator, and derailer definition and deployment phase, business acceleration drivers, next level talent assessment. Phase 1. In 1999, Whirlpool Corporation began development of its leadership competencies, which became known as the Whirlpool leadership model. And in this model, the active leadership participants and input from the company's executive committee, and then the chairman David Whitman has given this particular the input. So, again I will talk about it is the leader's vision. Leadership is very important. If the leader is visionary, in true sense he is leader, right. Leader has to be visionary and influential, and if he is a true sense leader, not by virtue of position, it is by the knowledge he is a leader, then definitely he will like here David Whitman has contributed in 1999, and that model has become very much successful. The goal of the leadership model was to provide a common language for the leadership around assessing and developing the employees. So, there what is important is assessing and developing employees. So, in the case when you want to develop and assess the employees, it becomes very much important, that is the how you are going to create that talent assessment, performance management, performance assessment is there, and that performance assessment that is becoming managing the talent is becoming very managing the talent pool is there. Now, here this assessing and development of employees, if you remember that talent management process in the first slide which I was talking about. So, here what is the purpose? Assessment is not the punishment. Appraisal is not a punishment. Appraisal is the exploration, exploring the personalities, and when you are exploring the personalities, you identify that is the what the person needs to make his best and where he is already best. So, these managing the talent pool and succession planning is also important. So, this will be not from only the A category employees, it will be B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, and therefore, everyone will go to the next level. One by one, and this is through the assessing and developing the employees, this particular process. So, here we will find that is the how you are developing, and when you are shifting the D into C, C into B, B into A, that is a succession planning. You are the successor for that, and assessing the external talent for acquisition, and similarly this is for the internal employees, right, where you will going for assessing and developing employees, managing talent pool, and succession planning will be there, and also you will take care of the assessing the external talent for acquisition is there, right. Now, when we are going by these particular aspects, the model is unique to Whirlpool Corporation as it defines who is wanted as a leader. When you have done so much exercise in the organization, like you say multinational organization, ALEs, large enterprises, how to identify the leaders? It is just like how to identify the CEO in the class. The class may be of the 60, 70, 80, right, and then in that case you have to identify. Then that is why it is called the who is wanted as a leader. First and foremost is that is what we have learned from the Chanakya Chandragupta is that the potential capability. So, that is what leaders are expected to do. And it is very clear with the coach, mentor or the leader, that is the what I want from this particular candidate. What is the candidate and what I want from this particular candidate? What is his potential? That is the assessment. What is his potential and where I can take this potential to the place of justice. So, to do and how they are expected to perform. So, how they will perform? The who wanted as a leader, what leaders are expected to do, and how they are expected to perform. So, these who, what and how of Walpole's leadership model have been organized in terms of leadership attributes. There are so many leadership attributes are there. There were the trait theories, there were the behavior theories, right. So, trait theories are, because this subject is a sort of a elective. So, I am OB's basic concepts I am not taking into this because it will be repetition for you. So, therefore, you must have studied in the leadership traits, that is the trait theory is there, behavior theory is there, and contingency theories are there. So, what attributes are there? Sometimes it is the personality traits, they are the attributes. Sometimes it is the behavior of the person, that is the attribute, and sometimes it is the situation, the given the situation and then the find out the path goal theory, and then you will go for this particular attributes. Then the practices, success and failures. Dear friends, never fear of the failures, because when you will try, and every failure we will learn from every failure that what went wrong. It is an introspection. Many times we try so many new things, but sometimes it is not becoming that successful. So, find out why, and then there are the gaps, and try to fill the gaps and next time, and then it will be better. May not be 100% again successful, but it will be better than before, and performance will be there, the output will be there. So, this is the Walpole's leadership model. The leadership attributes are the character and enduring values. It is most important thing, the character of the individual. So, by virtue of your capability, one can be the leader, but if that leader is not having the character and the enduring values, he will not go to the next level. Believe me, because when he will get the opportunity, and society will observe, organization will observe, people will observe, followers will observe, that is this person is not having any value, he will not have the second chance. You may have certain exceptions, and therefore you may say that, sir, there are certain exceptions. So, exceptions may be there, I agree that there may be certain exceptions, but not the rule. So, unless and until there is not a character and enduring values, then there will be no success of these leader will be there. Why? We will say either it is having the attributes or it is not having the attribute, and therefore, in that case it is having the attribute that will work. Second leadership attribute is confidence. Leader himself should have the confidence, what he is proposing, what vision he is having, what he is asking you to do. If he himself is confused, he is not clear, biasness is there, unclarity is there, then definitely that will not be the successful. So, what is required? Confidence is required by the leader, self confidence is required. Yes, we can, that can is will lead the organization. Yes, I can. Then the diversity and inclusion. We are talking about the global level, we are not talking about even not global, national level also in India. What is our strength? Our strength is unity in diversity. So, there will be the diversity of the employees, especially some of them might be coming from the rural background, some of them might be coming from the urban background, some of them from the lower economic strata, some will be the higher economic strata. So, therefore, these demographic variables will be there, and can a leader lead to them? Because the leadership strategies are to be according to the demographic variables. So, that is a diversity and inclusion. So, what type of leadership is required? Inclusive leadership is required. Next is the thought leadership. In the leadership also you see there are these processes are going on. For example, when I have started MBA, in that time these leadership models were from the trait theory, behavior theory, contingency theory. Then my PhD scholar has worked on the leadership, he has worked on the servant leadership. Then current PhD scholar is working on this inclusive leadership, and now this is a thought leadership is there. The way you think that you will red hat theories and black hat theories. So, those theories says that is the everybody is having the thought process. So, if it is the aggressive and very the directive, then red is there, but it is not clear, then it is a black hat theory. So, leadership practices will be, these are the leadership attributes. Now, leadership attribute, you see that attributes, practices and performance. So, therefore, in that case we are talking about the leadership practices. Now, in the case of the leadership practices, it is the vision. Each point we can talk in the detail, but I hope that is you are having that the visions concept, that is individual's vision, organization's vision, that what I want to be, right. So, one should be happy at the end of the day. Why we are doing all these things, that you should be happy. So, that happiness, when? At the time of departure of this earth, our soul should be happily departed, right. So, therefore, in that case it is the what is the vision, what I wanted to do. So, when they will be the knocking the door, then we can say that is yes, it is a time, we will open the door, we will go and then there will be the strategies will be there to achieve that goal, that what happiness is for you, as a leader or the success in context of the organization, then there will be the strategy. So, therefore, that strategy is to be there, and then the communication, communication, the way you are communicating the strategies to your young ones, and they follow, they are inspired. Management skills, technical skills, human skills, conceptual skills, creative and designing skills and analytical skills. These are the skills which are the management skills are there. So, leadership should practice all these management skills are there, right, about this job knowledge, especially the job knowledge. So, that learning and development will help into the developing the job, because there will be the changes in the job skills with the period of time of every 2 years. 18 months, 2 years nowadays, the skills life cycle is very short, right. So, therefore, you have to extend that line. So, after 18 months, 2 years, you have to develop the new skills. Attracting, developing and the engaging talent, which we have talked about, the acquisition is there, development we are talking already, and employee engagement. We have taken one session on this, that is a vigor, absorption and dedication, that is required, the leadership practices are required, and the customer champion. So, ultimately for what? The whole business, whole drama is for the viewer. Who is the viewer? Viewer is customer. So, he should like that, he should absorb that, and therefore, that will be the customer champion. And leadership performance is there, extraordinary results. So, what will be the, when these are the attributes, character, values, confidence, diversity, and inclusive style, thought leadership is there. These will be the practices, vision, strategy, communication, management skills, attracting, developing and engaging the talent and customer champion. Output will be extraordinary results. That is the point that we are looking for. Dear friends, the whole effort is there, because you will get the so many material from these websites, right. But the question is that is if I try to explain you and then you absorb that concept while interacting with me. So, that is therefore what my attempt is to give, that you should give the extraordinary results. So, when you follow this model, right, and there will be the different models we have discussed by the different companies also, but this model is also very easy to understand, I hope so. And then you will go for the extraordinary results, and the driver of the change or transformation, very good point, transform the whole organization. One is the transaction, that is also one of the styles, right. So, the transaction leadership is there, with the period of time you sleep. So, if some leaders they follow the large enterprises development, and in the large enterprises, that is about the transaction is more. However, in the G always it is a discussion, the Jack Welch was the transactional or the transformational, because he has transformed the organization, but however his process was the transactional process, what I understand. So, therefore, in that case it becomes very important, that is a driver of the change and transformation. How do you transform the organization? If you are able to transform that organization, definitely you will be making the this leadership style will be successful. It is very simple. and you know the attributes, you know the practices, and then there is a transformational leadership is there. Now phase 2, top talent indicator and derailer definition and deployment, that is important, derailer. So, the leadership model continues to be the foundation of leadership competencies at Whirlpool Corporation. Each of the competencies of the leadership model was analyzed to determine which were most indicative of high potential or top talent within the organization. Whirlpool Corporation looked at the company's most successful leaders, those who had continuously delivered successful results over time, demonstrating both performance and potential. Analyze the performance and potential against the leadership model. 4 competencies or top talent indicators emerged, specifically leaders who demonstrated the leadership model competencies, extraordinary results and driver of the change in attracting, engaging and developing talent. So, this become those competencies identified in the top talent indicators is there. Now, this is the phase 3. In April 2006, Whirlpool Corporation acquired Metec Corporation, making them the true leader in the global appliance industries. The company's competence in the assessment of the top talent was stressed through the rapid assessment of the all Metec talent. In order to drive required efficiencies and ensure that the newly acquired employees from the Metec were treated with the respect they deserved. Here I would also like to take the big banks in India, they have acquired, the small banks are there, and those who are getting the merged are acquired, they are required to be, those employees are to be treated with the what they deserve, that respect is to be paid. Whirlpool committed to assess and deliver decisions regarding Metec Heritage employee status within 90 days of the acquisition, wonderful record, within 3 months, because we know that is this fitness of the culture is very difficult, and that if the fitness is done, then it becomes very much successful. So, these are the phases of the talent development and acquisition, talent leadership by the Whirlpool model, in which you are having the attributes are there, then there are certain practices, and as a result of which you give the performance through those practices is there. I am sure that this simple model you must have understood, and when you will practice at your workplace, definitely you will be able to give extraordinary results. Thank you.